All right, Shalom. All praises be to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai Bashem Makakodash, and double honors to our apostles, a great millstone that rule with honor and with diligence, and honest you brothers out there pushing this truth and love and sincerity to wake up the elect. Peace be to the elect and their families, those that change according to the word, calling on the names of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai in a time of trouble. We say peace be unto you, and may the Lord have mercy on you in these evil times that we're living in. And it's going to be another quick hit lesson, I don't know. Sometimes, like Jake can get long winded. But I had been putting together some scriptures, because knowing that, what the scriptures say that, the time has come where, men should be taken in great number. You know, the scriptures speak about, the dead. Dead bodies shall lie in the streets. There should be no one to bury them. We know that we're coming into a time where there's going to be a lot of death, and we can't allow ourselves to fear death. Especially us of the faith, us true believers, us that believe in Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. We ought not to fear death. Okay. The only death that I fear is if I piss the Lord off and the Lord judges me. That's the only death that I fear. But as far as death that, E can bring to me, or, these people out here can do to me, I'm truly fed up with this place. I don't really give a shit. I mean, what else can these people do to me? I really don't give a shit about, continuing on in this place for years and years. I don't have super duper future plans of having a white picket fence house and all that bullshit. I really don't fucking care. All these people want you to have fucking, dreams of the future of this place. The dreams that I have are not the future of this present world. We desire a kingdom where we dwell at righteousness, where a kingdom that's going to be order, not this chaos. This is fucking chaotic. It's confusion. People don't know what the fuck they are anymore. I don't know what I am. I'm a butterfly. I'm a tree leaf, and all this fucking garbage out here, man. It's a weirdo-ville. Like Apostle Rakai says, this Toontown. People don't know what the fuck they are. Everybody wants to be this and that. And then people will say, oh, well, you can be anything you want, but no, you can't do certain things. It's just, it's a mess. Just surviving in this place every day, It is, man. The standards of these people are so fucking high for everybody else but themselves. But we are not to fear death. We are not to fear, leaving this place. There's been so many instances, where I faced death, and, the last one was, I was in a car wreck, a head-on collision, and the Lord spared my life. The Lord, blessed me to walk away from a head-on collision car wreck, There's been so many occasions. Just trying to think of one is hard. I feel like, I wear death as a jacket. I feel like death is a roommate in my house. That's how near to death I feel daily. And then, I understand why, it has to be that way because, we ought not to fear death. After being so close to death, so like after being so close to death and having so many near death experiences, after a while you just, you get fed up with fearing death, and us coming into these times, we're not to fear death, because if you fear death, everybody has something to threaten you with. But when you take away the fear of death, nobody has anything to threaten you with. Because this man that's over us, he's going to bring all kind of threats. If you don't do this, I'll kill your wife. I'll kill this person. I'll kill that. Oh, you going to send them back to the Lord? Then they won't be in your filthy ass fucking hands. Oh, I'll kill you. I'll chop your head off. Okay, bye, motherfucker. Then that mean that I won't be under you no more. Well, I want to stay here and continue to eat GMO foods and breathe in this fucked up air, bathe in this fucked up water and drink it, and all these lying ass continue to eating all these lying ass packets of so-called organic foods, Franken foods, and if you feel like crap for the every now and again for the rest of my fucking life, worry about paying you motherfuckers all the little money you give me, like what I want. What the fuck is do people want to stay here? So I really don't care. The only reason I want to be here is because I want to fight for Yahweh Bashim Yahushua and preach this word. I want to be able to lift up other brothers, in their situations. That's the only reason. Those are the only reasons that I care about being in this place. You got people that live in fear from that. That's worse than living. Living in fear is worse than living from day to day. Living in fear of death, fear of all these things, like you got these people that, live in fear about every damn thing, like you can't prevent life and death. The Bible says the issues of death belong to the Lord. So, people, believe in, death prevention. When it's your time to go, the Lord gonna take you anyway. You can be in one of those bubbles. You got these people that got these hamster wheel bubbles that they run in the park, and they, they can run off of houses and fall, and it won't hurt them. The Lord has sent a bug, and I just did a lesson about the, those GMO mosquitoes that's bringing malaria. Lord has sent a bug in one of those holes in there and fuck you up, man. Oh my goodness, man. Just like these people that went crazy with the mask when the 1-9 was out. This niggas riding in the car by themselves with a fucking mask on. You just want to, roll down your window and just curse them out. Take that fucking mask off. What the fuck is wrong with you, man? Take a fucking break. Stupid ass. Riding in the car by yourself with a mask, with a mask on, man, with all the windows up, and you still got a fucking mask on. Talking about I'm a Christian. You Christians, you so-called Christians are the most faithless fucking people on the planet, man. I don't hang with y'all. We got my so-called Christian family members. Where your mask at? In the Lord's hands, motherfucker. You walk in there. Will look like you walking into a fucking, into surgery. Oh man, you people better grow some faith. You know, but like I've been past the fear of death. I'm a war veteran. I've seen some shit in my life. Not only counting that, but all the things that I've been through, in my life, like, I know a lot of people, other people have, but we shouldn't walk forward from this moment because it's about to be so much shit going on out here. If you fear death, you might walk straight into it out of fear. We got to be bold in the Lord, man. Be strong in the Lord and the power of His might. We gotta pray, man. We gotta put our trust in the Lord that He will sustain us. And even if we leave here, what are we leaving? What are we leaving, really? I trust that the Lord will, will deliver, the majority of us, like He said He would. The Lord said, a lot of us want a hair on our head be touched. And I trust and I believe that, that the Lord can protect me from anything. I don't fear what men can do to me. You got these people that work in these offices. Yeah, I'll send them an envelope laced with this disease, and put the jab in the food. Hey, if they're doing that, man, what does that tell you? That your faith has to be intact. What does that tell you? If they putting this shit that you refuse to take, if they putting it in the food and putting it in this and putting it in that means that your faith has to grow to a point where you actually believe that shit ain't gonna affect me. I'm not saying take risk. I'm just saying your faith has to be on the level, even if you try to avoid it, But at the end of you trying to avoid it and trying to eat the best you can, like I try to eat the best I can at this point. I try to eat the best I can, and we're fortunate, we're blessed to have, the Apostle Ramlab still here with us, and of course, he eats a clean diet, and it's been a blessing to have him and Apostle, Ricard here. Apostle Ricard, of course, he's up in New York. But, the men, we pretty much eat clean diets. We eat pretty clean. We don't eat a lot of, you won't find any bread in my house. You won't find any bread in my house. If we do eat noodles, it'll be either spinach or cassava. We eat pretty clean here, as best as we can. But even though we eating clean, we still eating poison. So what does that leave us? Trusting in the Lord. That leaves us, all we can do is really trust in the Lord, man. So we're not supposed to be, big fearing every goddamn thing, man. Eventually, and I remember when I was in the war, them guns start going off, them guns start going off. It don't matter what hood you from, how tough you think you are. You can be in the worst hood in America, but when shit start blowing up, your ass gonna be scared. I remember just being scared, shit, when the ground is shaking under you, that's some scary shit. But I remember the day where I said, fuck this being scared. I remember the day I got mad. After a while, you get, as a man, we get angry at fear. And that's when you graduate. When you say, you know what, I'm not going to be afraid no fucking more. If I leave here, I leave. So be it. It comes a time where you got to stand up and say, you know what, What am I going to do? Cower on the fucking ground somewhere? You know, wrap up in saran wrap some goddamn where? What the fuck? You know? Boiling water every goddamn day. Wearing rubber gloves every fucking wear. You know, what am I going to do when all I got to do is trust in the Lord? All the precautions that you take don't mean shit if you don't trust in the Lord. You know, I got family members. Oh, where's your mask at? And then them motherfuckers was the first one sick. We both got it. We don't know how. We both had a mask on because you ain't got faith, dumbass. How about that? Nigga be Jesus juice full and ain't got a lick of faith. Full of that shit, man. Going to virtual church and all that bullshit. Ain't got a lick of faith. But I'm gonna get to it, man. This is Isaiah 35:3. It says, "Strengthen ye the weak hands, and confirm the feeble knees." It says, "Say to them that are fearful, or Salakia, say to them that are of a fearful heart, be strong." It says, "Fear not. Behold, your power will come with vengeance, even God with the recompense. He will come and save you." You know, hey, we don't have to fear. Even though this man is putting all this shit out here to destroy us, we don't have to fear because our power is going to come and save us. He's going to save us from the snares of the fowler. You know? He's going to save us from these conditions that we're in. And we have to trust and believe in him. The Lord will get pissed off and mad if you don't trust him. You can read stories in the Bible about men that fell out with trust in the Lord and they never ended well. The Lord gets angry when you don't trust him. And you know what? You know, people don't know what kind of times we're walking into. That we're walking into the times where it ain't gonna be no backing out. Either you believe or you don't. It ain't gonna be no wait, give me a minute, Lord. Let me just weigh out the options of believing in you. That's gonna be out the door. It's either gonna be yay or nay. Either you believe and trust in the Lord or you don't. Either you live or die. All this playing around shit, the Lord ain't dealing with that. Lord, give me 3 days. Here it is, the Lord gonna be coming with deliverance to save us out of this place, and we want more time here. You know, a lot of these people are just lost. Your dream, you still got this dream of having a picket white fence and having a Hemi Charger and just going on with life here. And just getting old getting old and wasting away and working till you 70. Working till till you old and can't even hardly bend your back and then retire old and can't enjoy life. This is some bullshit, man. You can't even, by the time you stop working, you can't even stop your head from shaking back and forth. Can't enjoy shit. But people want to stay here and just live. I just work, and if I work hard, and I'll be out. No, man. I want the Lord to come and deliver us. I want to rule. I want these people to be subjects. And the Lord's going to come and save us, man. Like I had put these scriptures together, so I didn't know, the Spirit just jumped on me to do this lesson. So this is Isaiah 41:13. It says, "For I, the Lord, thy power, will hold thee, Salaki, will hold thy right hand, saying unto thee, Fear not, I will help thee." It says, "Fear not, thou worm Jacob." Hey, meaning the worm, meaning we in lower state, we in this fleshly bodies. But the Lord said, even in this, even in this flesh, even though you in this lower state, the Lord is saying, "Fear not, fear not, thou worm Jacob, and ye men of Israel. I will help thee," saith the Lord, "and thy Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel." Okay? It says, "Behold, I will make thee a new sharp threshing instrument, an instrument having teeth. Thou shalt thresh the mountains and beat them small, and shalt make the hills of chaff. Thou shalt fan them, and the wind shall carry them away." And Hulk got this. The Hulk, Incredible Hulk, got this move where he clap his hands, and it blow all the people away, blow cars away. We're gonna be able to fan people, and they blow away like a tornado came through. Because the Lord is gonna give us power. These bodies gonna be changed. So we have greater things to hope for than being afraid of death every day. We have greater things to expect. Baratazat, the Lord keep his spirit on us to do this work. We have greater things ahead. It says, and the whirlwind shall scatter them, and thou shalt rejoice in the Lord, and shalt glory in the Holy One of Israel. Okay? So the Lord is gonna raise men up with power to deal out judgment in this world, but we just gotta wait, man. We just gotta be patient through all these things that we going through, and keep trusting in Him that He has the power to deliver us out of every situation, man. Hey, don't never lose faith in the Lord, man. Don't get fucking weak. Don't never lose faith in the Lord, man. That's a one-way ticket to death. If you lose faith in the Lord, man, the Lord can destroy you immediately in His anger. I don't know no man that do nothing to lose. Here it is. This is the most important thing you can be doing. If you lost at everything else in life until now, you will want to hope to win at this. Because if you lost at everything else in life, ain't none of that shit important anyway. If you failed in going to college, okay, if you couldn't hold down that job that you had, yeah, you're supposed to occupy until the Lord comes. You're supposed to occupy. You ain't just supposed to be no fucking leech. You're not, as scriptures say, leading out a beggar's life. You're supposed to handle your business. But if you're not successful in this life, if you was doing good and you fell off, no matter whatever you lost in this world, you will want to win at this. That's why this should be your main focus. Preparing your mind to not allow it to leave the Lord. This should be your number one focus, should be this truth. Because if you lost at everything in life and you win at this, you won at everything in life. This is the only thing you can win at that has substance. Everything else, the world, passes away. I'm just going down the line, y'all. This is Isaiah 59:19. It says, "So shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun." It says, "When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him." Okay, so the enemy, he's going to do everything he can to start destroying people. But those that have faith and trust in Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, the Lord is going to bring them all through it. Those that are part of the elect, that are slated to make it. And we hope that we are part of the elect. The Lord will bring us through it. Even if you feel like you about to die, even if man, I've been at the edge of death so many times. I've stared death in the face so many times in my life. It's just, it's like I've lost the effect of fearing death. Okay, the only death that I do fear is the judgment of the Heavenly Father, pissing the Lord off and have him come down on you with wrath. But what this world has to offer me in death, I don't fear that shit. Nobody on this earth can threaten me with death. Because if a person can threaten you with death, they have power over you. Hey, we was watching that movie. Dead Presidents. When the pimp, what was his name? I forgot his name. The dude that was sleeping with Lorenz Tate's woman while he was overseas. When the dude, when the dude knocked him down the stairs and pulled a gun on him. When he thought he was scared, he felt powerful. But when Lorenz Tate said, "Go ahead, motherfucker, kill me," he took away the power that he had. He took away the power that he had by thinking that he feared death, and he didn't fear. He didn't fear death. So he was like, "What?" You know why? Because him, in his eyes, I got all this nice shit. I got this nice car. I got multiple women. I got all this stuff to live for. So he didn't understand a man that's saying, I don't care about living here anyway. So he took away the power that he had. Even though he had a gun, he didn't have the power to make him fear. Hey, when the enemy shall come in like a flood, the Lord is going to lift up a standard against them. So, hey, we have to remember to keep faith and trust in the Lord in these times. Because the enemy, he's coming like a flood as we speak. But the Lord is still lifting up a standard. We don't know what the Lord has delivered us from. You know certain events that the Lord delivered you from, but you don't know the fullness of what the Lord has delivered you from. There's some things that, that could have taken you out. The Lord said, no. You might have got caught in traffic, or somebody cut you off in traffic, or you you couldn't find your keys. You was trying to rush out to work and couldn't find your keys. And then you get on the highway and it's a major car crash that you could have been in the middle of. You don't know. We don't know the full extent of what the Lord is protecting us from, man. The Lord has been lifting up a standard, and he's going to lift up a standard in these times. He's been lifting up a standard for us. He's been protecting us. He's been pulling us out of these situations that seek to keep us down. So our faith should have grown to the point now where it can't budge. It says, and the Redeemer shall come to Zion, and to them that turn from transgression in Jacob, saith the Lord. Hey, you got to turn from transgression, man. The Lord ain't gonna, if you ain't trying to come to serve the Lord and change, the Lord ain't gonna protect your ass. Mr. Dead Senior, the Lord gonna kill the hell out of you. Hey, the Lord said, I set before you an open door, choose life or death. If you hear the words of this book and it's inspire change in your life, then you're choosing death. So when death come for you, nigga, take it like a shot of liquor. Take it like a G. Put your chin up, nigga. Huff your chest. Talk that tough talk you niggas talk. Because there's a lot of tough talking going on out here. You know why? Because a lot of you ain't facing death. A lot of you ain't losing shit yet. But the time is coming, man. Where if you can't depend on the Lord in these times, you're a sitting fucking duck. You just gonna be out here with your ass out, fucked up somewhere, with no help, calling on Jesus still. And Jesus ain't gonna help your ass. Well, niggas, man, our people are so lost. It's like, man, you want to feel sorry for them, but you can't because we out there teaching every week. And niggas just walk mosey on past the camp like ain't shit going on. And in spite of the things that we've said over the years continuously, and they're starting to happen, and niggas still mosey on past like they got a life here. So, hey, when death come for you, squeeze your ass cheeks tight and put your chin up, nigga. Huff your chest up. Be tough, nigga. I tell you what, a lot of these people ain't shit out here, man. You see every day more and more why the Lord about to kill a lot of y'all ass, man. Matthew 10:28, it says, and fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell, which is, the grave. Fear the Lord, which, because the issues of death belong to the Lord. So if you're not fearing the Lord, then don't fear death when it comes for you, because the wages of sin is death. And if you believe that you have a license to sin, then you're going to meet death. Eventually, you're going to meet death. Death going to cleave to your ass. And the Lord can torment you. And the Lord can put you in some torments. The Lord can give you a slow death, an agonizing disease. And you could just pine the fuck away somewhere in a room with a bunch of mean ass nurses kicking your ass, laughing at you. With nobody, with none of them friends you got now to come visit your ass. Everything that you hold dear to you, the Lord can take it. In a snap of a finger, it can be gone. All this stuff that you be putting for the Lord can take it immediately. You know? Hold on. I gotta go to this other Bible app. So, hold on. Ecclesiasticus 41:1. It says, O death, how bitter is the remembrance of thee to a man that liveth at rest in his possessions. Yeah, niggas, you got a nice car and a house. Oh, you scared of death like a motherfucker, ain't you? Oh, I don't want to die, man. I'm living out. I got the cars, the money, the cars, the clothes, the hoes. I just want to be successful. And you already dead inside. You're living for a bunch of emptiness. Hey, only what you do for the Lord will last in the end. You know, all this stuff. Yeah, I gotta save up money and I gotta do this. And a lot of you people think you really doing something for yourself, and you don't give the Lord no credit at all about waking your ass up, about how you walk to your car, and how you got hands to prepare breakfast and eat food, and you know how you can go and remove waste at the toilet and brush your teeth. You take all of that for granted and say, I'm doing something. You ride past all kind of homeless people going to your destination and don't consider, hey, thank you, Lord, that could be me. Lord, I'm sorry if there's anything that I've done that can get me in trouble with you. You know, none of that. You just go on about your fucking life because you got your shit together. You the one doing all of this. You the one making your lungs work and your heart beat and your cells fight off diseases that come to attack you consistently and while you're awake and sleep. You're the reason why that's happening, right? While your throat is open and you can breathe. You the reason why that's happening. While your heart beating. While your heart ain't missed 3 beats. It beats consistently daily. Every second is beating. That's you. That's you doing all of that. Big money grip. People are so damn dumb. It says, O death, how bitter is the remembrance of thee to a man that liveth at rest in his possessions, unto a man that have nothing to vex him. Yeah, y'all living the good life. Living the good life. And you living the good life, or really you're on the path to destruction. But don't even know it, man, because the fashion of this world is going to pass away. All of this stuff that you see here in America is going to pass away. When the judgment of the Lord comes, then you're going to find fear. When these things start to cease, then you're going to want to go call on the Lord. But for a lot of you, it's going to be too late. Too late, you know? It's going to be too late, man. What if you was a poor man and you had a friend, and you know your friend, what if you was a man and you had a friend and then you fell off and your friend turned his back on you and you tried to reach out, but the so-called friend is pushing you away. It's like, no, I don't want to deal with you. You fell off. Then one day that some fortunate happens to that friend that fell off, and they get back on, and they doing well. You think if you come around, they gonna want to see your ass? But that's how people treat the Lord, though. That's how people treat the Lord. Like, yeah, Lord, you know, hey, I don't want to deal with you. You know what I'm saying? Because they see this truth as falling off. They don't see this. They don't see the blessing in being a part of the truth. They don't see the blessing in cleaning up their lives and coming back to the law, statute, commandments, and having some damn discipline. They don't see the reward in serving the Lord with all their hearts and minds and being considerate. All they see the blessing is, I get to the money. White face money. That's all you see as a blessing. And it's sad. It's fucked up. It says, verse 2. Wait, no. I'm going to read that over. O death, how bitter is the remembrance of thee to a man that liveth at rest in his possessions. I think of Nate at IUIC. It says, unto the man that hath nothing to vex him, and hath prosperity in all things, unto him that is yet able to receive meat. Verse 2, O death, acceptable is thy sentence unto the needy, and unto him whose strength faileth, that is now in the last age, and is vexed with all things, and to him that despaireth, and have lost patience. Now, a lot of us in the truth, I haven't lost patience. We haven't lost patience. But, hey, man, like, we see this life as a burden. So, the thought of death, why would you fear death in a life that's a fucking burden? Brothers, we can't fear death in this life. And, I'm not saying tempt the Lord, but I'm saying, if death presents itself, we still have to trust. We still have to say, well, Lord, I'm in your hands. And just go on trusting in the Lord, I'm not saying stop believing in the Lord. The Lord will bring you out. But what I'm saying is, even if you have to die like a man. Die with some dignity and honor. It says to him, and is vexed with all things, to him that despaireth and have lost patience. Verse 3, fear not the sentence of death. You hear that? Fear not the sentence of death. Remember them that have been before thee. Remember Yahweh Shai went on the cross? Remember John got his head chopped off? Remember all the great men that went before you that did Salakia, that died. It says, remember them that have been before thee, and them and that come after. For this is the sentence of the Lord over all flesh. Because the Lord gave us when sin came into the world, so came death. So now that we've all tasted sin, any one of our destinies could be to die. So the Lord has not given us the spirit of fear, but a power and a strong mind and a sound mind. So why should we live in fear if we know that, we could die any day? We should be more thankful for the life that the Lord has given us, man, and appreciate, what we have in the spirit, man. I'm not talking about carnal things, This is a beautiful and blessed thing to be a part of this ministry and be in this truth. And you have to accept that. This is the most important thing that you can do on the planet. And we have to remember that, And we can't get so fed up to the point where where everything is, of course, I hate this fucking place. I really do. But I love the truth. So it's a balance. It brings a balance to it. I love the brotherhood. I love Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. I want to do that thing that is pleasing unto him, So that gives us hope. These people in the world, they don't have hope. When their possessions get taken, you're going to really see how hopeless these people are real soon. When their possessions are gone, We have faith to lean on. These people do not. We have the name of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai to lean on. These people do not. And we have each other. We have true love in the brotherhood. And these people don't have love in their own houses. These people don't have love in their wives and husbands. Everybody's fucking everybody. Even people get married and still screwing. These people are out of fucking order. What'd you go get married for, jackass? That's, oh man, I just don't get it. Everything is out of order. Everything is out of place. This society has to fucking go. It's gotta go. Verse 3, fear not the sentence of death. Remember them that have been before thee and them that come after, for this is the sentence of the Lord over all flesh. So, hey, man, I don't live in fear of death, man. That's not the way to go. This is Hebrews 13. Hebrews 13 and 5. Let your conversation be without covetousness, and be content with such things as ye have. Be content with such things as you have, brothers. You don't have to worry about getting all these huge, I want to get it next year. I want to get it. Of course, if you do it for the brotherhood, that's beautiful. But don't let it weigh on your spirit if you can't, because sometimes you can't. And it's not because you're wicked all the time. It's not because the Lord is against you all the time. It's just sometimes you fucking can't. But we got to continue to remember that, this world that we're living in is going to get more and more uncomfortable. It's going to get uncomfortable. This comfort, even this level of comfort that we're living at now, is going to be changed real soon. So we have to eventually get used to being uncomfortable. Just let your conversation be without covetousness, and be content with such things as ye have. For he hath said, I will never leave thee nor forsake thee. Verse 6, so that we may boldly say, the Lord is my helper, and I will not fear what man shall do unto me. And we're not supposed to fear what man can do unto us, what man can do unto us, man. Because if you fear man, then, who is the Lord? And if you trust in the Lord, then who the hell is man? Who is man that you should fear him if you trust in the power? Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. If you trust in the supreme being of the universe, if you trust in the Heavenly Father and his beloved Son, what can man do unto you? What is fear of this life? So just a quick lesson I wanted to do, man. We're not to walk into these things that's coming into the earth with fear of death in our hearts. But trust in the Lord, man. Trust in the Lord in these times. So all praise be to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, Bashim Makakodash, double honors to the apostles, a great millstone that rule with honor and with diligence, and honors to you brothers out there pushing this word. Shalom.